Welcome to the PanWebcast for the new year 2013. We wish all our followers a very successful and prosperous new year, and we need to think about what kind of a new year it's going to be for all those making investments. We think it's going to be more of the same. We think that Western authorities are desperately concerned to get some growth in their growth-starved economies. We know that the Americans are going to keep interest rates very low for a long time because they're not happy with the progress they're making. We know that the British are in a very similar mood, and we know that sitting in Canada is the new governor-to-be of the Bank of England, who thinks, if anything, money ought to be looser and interest rates ought to stay very low. So we think the new year might be a year when you should have a reasonable number of shares in your portfolio because the conditions for growth might start to work. America is making progress now, and the United Kingdom should start to see some growth next year. The one thing we are worried about is, with all this money being created and all this talk of very easy money, people could start to get worried about inflation again. So we think portfolios need to have some more protection against inflation bonds and shares, so that they're not caught out if people become concerned. Even in Japan now, we have a new government which wishes to move to easier money, and whilst inflation never seems to be their problem, the development of easier money in Japan could also add to the story that the world's governments are quite determined to have some growth, and that too could help the position along for those buying shares. So a prosperous new year to everybody, and we will be moving our portfolios in that direction, a bit more in equity, and worried a bit about inflationary consequences in due course.